Hello there, Loud here. So I was thinking about Mage's Journey and I want to do some world building with some side characters. I'll be filming speed paints and going into details about what I imagine their story being and my inspiration behind them. First up is Lana. She is a 6-year-old girl. Lana is very shy and timid and she mutters a lot. She's the survivor of an attack on the village of Saccharin, the hometown of the main cast, and lost a leg in the process. She was rescued by one of the main cast and became their admirer. She's still too young to begin an apprenticeship at the guild, but she aspires to be like the one who saved her. She eventually lives with another member of the main cast due to being orphaned during the attack. She wants to be able to fight against people who hurt innocents. She's scared, but determined. Now we have Pyro, who's already made an appearance in the comic. Pyro is Sako's elemental, which is basically a magic familiar. He has two forms, his standard form, an eagle made of fire, and his human form, self-explanatory. Like most elementals to their mages, Pyro is very loyal to Sako and tends to do various tasks for him. And if he's there, he'll defend Sako in battle. The color of his flames reflects his emotional state. Because his body is fire, both in standard and human form, he can manipulate it for combat while not able to change his size. He can propel his flames and and control his body heat. He's afraid of change and gets nervous when things seem dicey. He's created around the times Marin became Sako's apprentice, so he sees her as an older sister. In his human form, he resembles a younger version of Sako. His personality is also similar to Sako's, but with a childlike filter, since his human form is that of a 9-year-old. Now, this is Louise Cardo, a 19-year-old assassin from a Shadow Guild. For those who aren't aware, Shadow Guilds use common guilds as cover for the more dirty jobs. Louise's guild uses Dust Hut, the guild Marin is from, as their cover, despite Dust Hut being in the southern region of Realm, where Louise's guild is in the northern region. She's sly, snarky, and is very emotionally in tune with herself. She's got a large collection of weapons, and she's not picky with her targets or her methods. Whenever she finds a weapon that interests her, particularly knives and daggers, she takes it as a trophy. Now we have a companion of Lily's, Seely Hidena. They are a cleric who, rather than specialize in healing, he specializes in performing on stage. The reason for this is partially due to social pressure because she has an ice attribute which is seen as unsuitable for healing. They are excitable, flashy, sassy, and eccentric. She uses magic to change their body into whichever gender they feel comfortable in. The design on screen is considered the default appearance. Oh, look at that! A trio! Meet Alita Faye, a detective scout who recently graduated from apprenticeship. Lily's assassinations are her first case. She's determined on making connections and pinning it all on Seely, Lily's distraction. She has no clue about Lily's, and she zeroes in on Seely and the mortality rate of their performances. Alita is still an amateur and jumps to conclusions easily. Whenever she tries to make connections between the assassinations and Seely, there's some holes in the story because of how she conducts herself, if she unfortunately isn't taken too seriously. Now we have a character who isn't from Rayrom, Theron Albi, a Kantian boy with a deaf spirit mark. I never really talked about it before, but Cantio is another country in Mage's Journey that borders Rayrom. For context, Cantio is a magicless country, which means while they do have access to magic, they choose not to use it. As a matter of fact, the use of magic is highly looked down upon. However, this doesn't keep them from magical effects like spirit marks. And since Theron has a spirit mark, and it being a deaf spirit mark at that, he was also born with a physical ailment. That being he's missing a hand. I think that's enough characters for now. If I keep this going, this video could be hours long. And I need my voice. Let me know if you're curious about any more characters, and heck, give me some suggestions for characters, and I'll see if I can throw them in the story. In the meantime, stay loud, stay proud.